welcome to my channel. Today we have missing Christopher James Harvey. He went missing from Hinsdale County, Colorado, July 11th, 1984. He was only 14 years old when he went missing. 5'11", 135 pounds. It said he disappeared from a summer home 17 miles northwest of Pagosa Springs, Colorado. He has a small mole on his right arm, left arm, and upper right chest, brown hair, and hazel eyes. Western-style leather belt with Chris on the buckle. Brown plaid shirts, blue jeans, Nike hiking shoes. And here's a photo zoomed down on of him. I don't know, I don't think I said that quite right, but here's a photo of him zoomed in so you can see what he looked like. Maybe you remember him, maybe you saw him, maybe you have information. If you have anything, even if you're not sure if it's relevant or important, please come forward and contact authorities and let them know. Here's the CBI case file. It gives the incident date, birth date, August 9th, 1969. This has been since 1984. And it says he was known to wear a Western-style leather belt with Chris on the buckle. This is the Charlie Project. It says non-family abduction. It says him and his family were staying at their summer trailer home in Hinsdale County, Colorado. Forgive me if I didn't pronounce that correctly. The resident was located in a mobile home park on the edge of San Juan National Forest, about 17 miles northwest of Pagosa Springs, Colorado. He visited a neighbor's trailer July 11, 1984, and spoke to him about a band camp he planned to attend later in the summer. He left a friend's home at about 3:30 p.m. He disappeared when he went to go walk his dog. The dog came back, but Christopher was never seen again. Authorities initially believed he had gone for a hike and gotten lost. They stated he's an excellent backpacker, but did not have the necessary supplies for an extended time in the forest. An extensive search of the surrounding area turned up no sign of him. Investigators concluded he was almost certainly not in the county. A badly beaten teenager was found wandering around on a mountain road in Eagle County, Colorado, 6 weeks after Christopher's disappearance. He couldn't say who he was, and he wasn't carrying any identification. He was taken to the hospital and fell into a coma, suffering from extensive brain damage. The boy had severe facial injuries, but Christopher's parents identified him as their son. Several days later, they began to have doubts about the identification and did a dental records comparison. The injured boy was not Christopher. How sad for him, because that would probably have been a wonderful family for him. Foul play is suspected in Christopher's disappearance. So now I question, was this related to what happened? Could the person have done this had also had anything to do with Christopher's disappearance? We don't know. We don't have that information. His case remains unsolved. He was a resident of Andrews, Texas in 1984. Texas authorities are assisting with the investigation. So if you have any information, please contact them and let them know. Here's the Doe Network, and I'm sure it's going to have pretty much the same information. Brown hair, hazel eyes. Said he visited a friend around 3 p.m. to talk about band camp. And they haven't seen him since then. And we're going to look at some John Does, and that doesn't mean that any of these John Does could be him. It just means that we're going to go through and look at some John Does. And so the first John Doe we have, I don't know how to pronounce that. I think it's Ouray or something like that, Colorado. Not even sure if it's a male or female. Not sure the race. Found November 8th, 1987. Skeletal remains found October 2nd, 2019. It doesn't have, there's no hair color, there's no eye color, there's no estimated PMI, there's nothing like that. But this is where he went missing, and this is where that John Doe was found. So it's 3 hours away if you go this way. I don't know if you're hiking or walking how far it would be. So, oh wow. So that you can see where he went missing in the area and things like that. Wish I could get that off of there. I wonder what happened to that other young man that ended up like that. Anyway, so then we have another, not sure if it's male or female, found in 1986 as well. And, there's different people that went missing, so. Skull fragment found near the entrance of an abandoned mine shaft. I still wonder, how did it get near the entrance? Was it an animal? Are there more fragments of skeletal remains in that mine shaft? And then we have this John Doe found in Colorado in 2022. And there was a black bag with a human skull inside. No idea who it could have been. It could be anybody, right? And then we have this John Doe found in 1887 in Florida. I don't know why I decided to include this person. They were only 15 to 19 years old, and they don't know who this was. 15 to 19 years old, 5'9" to 6'1". Okay. I don't think there's any way that could be him, but for some reason I decided to include this person. Get this information out there. So the descendant was the driver of a 1986 Corvette stolen from St. Petersburg that crashed during a police chase. Witnesses saw him alive in Brooksville, Florida, and described him to have Italian features. And I probably just wanted to get this information out there when I saw it, because he hasn't been identified. So I decided to include him. And there's a John Doe found in 1887 in Michigan. Estimated age 20 to 35 years old. Reddish brown short hair, recently cut with a short mustache. The clothing suggests moderate to warm temperatures. Military style camouflage clothing. Camouflage, you can see that. Black combat boots. And here's a John Doe found in Texas in 1987. And he was found in knee-high grass near the north shore of Twin, I don't know how to pronounce that, near a reservoir. 2 boys stumbled across the skeletal remains. Oh, how sad for them. Investigators searched the site for clues but found none. No sign of foul play or evidence suggesting how the man got there. Estimated age 17 to 30 years old, estimated. So young. Then we have a John Doe found in Tucson, Arizona in 1988. Estimated date of death is 10 to 16 months prior. Estimated age only 17 to 18 years old. His remains were found in a garbage bag, partially buried. Just thrown away like the trash. How sad that somebody could do that to a person. And there's what he may have looked like. 17 to 18 years old. So I have some John Does for you to look at. Some young man that their families don't have closure. They don't know what happened to them. So if you know who any of these John Does might be, please contact authorities. And if you have any information about what might have happened to Christopher James Harvey, please contact authorities and let them know. Please don't forget to pray for their families and their loved ones. Feel free to leave comments and have a blessed day. Bye bye.